We have to undispute those to
Oh, wow.
see. It's just like a fake Band-Aid. All it does is pull it out of the
I
view
see.
of the scoring models. So it's a thing that some credit repair companies do that I am not a big fan of. It's not really helping your score. Now, if you dispute it and ultimately that creditor doesn't respond in a certain period of time, then it can be removed from your credit report. So that can help. But for the purposes of getting pre-approved for a mortgage, it's not going to help you that much until it gets resolved.
So it sounds like if you have some time to work on it, it's worthwhile because you have some time to, see what drops off and then deal with the disputes. But if you're in a hurry, it might not be the best thing.
Yeah. So the way that it works with those disputes is if you dispute something and within a certain amount of time that creditor doesn't reply and show evidence that that dispute is valid, that account is valid, then it can get removed. But if they do come back and show that it's valid, well, then it gets reactivated and it's undisputed and it's still a collection there on your credit if they can show that it was legit. So that's a temporary thing. It makes the score look higher artificially, but it doesn't really help you as far as getting a house.
Awesome. Here's someone who says, happy Saturday. We purchased a new construction home in Deltona, October of last year. What is the easiest way to get the home value reevaluated to see if we can get rid of the PMI?
The dreaded PMI. Yeah, you can talk to your servicer, call them. I went through earlier, told about my experience of getting my PMI removed. You'll be able to go back and listen to the podcast and hear that once we post it. But the short version is talk to your servicer, get in touch with them. They should have a facility in place, especially if you've done some improvements to the house. That's kind of a big thing. The other way to do it, if your rate has like a 4 or a 5 in front of it, then you should look at refinancing because you can get down with great credit. You can get down into the high 2s, low 3s, depending on your scenario, and we can refinance it. If your loan to value is less than 80%, we can just not have PMI on the new loan. Great question. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for the last segment of today's show.
Do you have a question for that mortgage guy, Don? Text us at 77031. Now back to Home Loans Radio on Real Radio.
That's right. It's Home Loans Radio on Real Radio. Fritz here. We got MJ. We got Don. This is the last segment. So if you have those questions, text them in to 77031. Bye.
Welcome back, folks.
Bye.
Last segment for today. Not the last segment ever or anything like that. Last segment for today. Welcome back to Home. No, you just said the last segment.
Oh, lo siento. It is coming to a close.
Yes, we are here in the last segment of the Home Loans Radio Show. We're doing what we do every single weekend morning, bringing you the joyous news of mortgages.
Bringing the thunder.
Yes.
And the lightning.
And the rain.
Exciting. And that's how we do it. You can text in your questions. Get them in quick. We got time to answer a couple questions. I think. Oh, you got a stack of them over there?
Yeah, we're running out of time.
Well, let me stop talking. Let's answer some.
What would I have to do with it says HELO. Is that a thing or is it HELOC?
HELOC, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I were to refi.
Unless they have a helicopter.
Right? That's what I was thinking.
That's pretty
I was
neat.
like, I don't know. Good on you. What would I have to do with my HELOC if I were to refi? Great credit and looking for a 15-year at 2.25. My balance is $248K. The house's value is $515, and the HELOC is $50,000, and they are asking for a friend.
Yes, you can. That's a good question. A lot of people, I'm seeing so many of these where people have a HELOC or home equity line of credit as a second mortgage behind their first mortgage. So you can still refinance your first mortgage. And there's a couple things you can do with the second. The rate that they put out in the term is, if you're well qualified, that's absolutely in the right range. 2.25 on a 15-year. And it depends. If you're taking cash out, it might be a little bit higher than that. But if you're just doing a rate and term loan, that would be fine. The two things you can do with the HELOC: you can either take cash out and pay it off and close it, so thereby wrapping it up at that super low rate in your regular mortgage. Or if you want to keep it open, then you can do what's called a subordination. That's where you so right now you got a first mortgage and a second mortgage. The subordination keeps that HELOC second mortgage in second position behind the new first that we create. Your current bank that you have that HELOC through has to agree to it. There's a process for that. We have to help you apply for it. The subordination, they usually charge a fee of a couple $100, but we do that simultaneously at the same time we're doing your mortgage. We work on that subordination of that home equity line of credit. So that's done all the time.
What is the fastest way to get a DD-214? And what is a DD-214? That question, the second one, was from me.
Yes, the DD-214 is if you're a veteran, if you're
that's what I
a
figured.
military veteran. I'm a military veteran, Army veteran. If you are
Thank you for your
military,
service.
thank you. If you are a military veteran, then when you get out of the military, you get a discharge paper. That's a DD-214. It's kind of your report card
Oh,
for what you did and how you did it in the military when you were
Oh.
in. Any medals you got, any certifications, any if you were an expert with the M16, it's all on there. It's your whole CV. It's your credit report for what you did in the military, and you also need it to get a VA mortgage. And the easiest way is go to the VA portal. It's an online system, and you'll have to go through it, but it'll tell you, how do I get a copy of my DD-214? It's right up there, and you just follow through the steps. You could that's the fastest way to do it. It used to be that you had to write by mail, and it could take months to get it. Now it's all done online. It's very quick.
like so many things,
VA
including getting a mortgage.
Yes, VA portal. Make sure when you get there, look at the URL and make sure it's a .gov URL that you're looking at. There are some places that try and redirect you to get your info. You got to watch out for that, of course, at all times on the internet.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I think it's time for the speed round.
Okay,
Not yet.
that's fine. No, that's fine. Usually I get to say it's time for the speed round.
Well, I made a decision. I was looking at my questions. I'm like, I have a lot of speed round questions.
This
I think
is
we should
where-
go. I think we should get speedy about it.
That's fine. That's fine. So this is where MJ asked me a lot of questions we haven't quite gotten it to during the show. We try and get to them real quick, short answer. If I don't answer your question that you texted in, it's not because I don't want to. Do go to homeloansradio.com, copy paste it in the box that says Ask Don, and I will get you an answer after the show. Go, MJ.
Are you ready?
Go.
Are you ready?
You're wasting time.
I just bought my house 4 months ago. I have a 4% interest rate. When can I refi?
You can refinance usually after you've made 6 payments on that. So hit me up at Home Loans Radio. You can go to the apply now thing there, and we can get started before you get to the 6 months because it takes about a month to do a loan.
Do I need to find a house before getting financing?
No. You need to get pre-approved for your loan before you go and look at a house. No realtor's going to take you around looking at houses, representing you until you've been pre-approved. Yeah, and we do that too. Homeloansradio.com. Apply now, get pre-approved.
Is a floating rate a good idea?
Not in my opinion. No. I mean, if you just no. The reason is at my company, not all companies do it this way, but when we lock you in at a rate, rates are low right now. So why wouldn't you lock in? It could only get worse, right?
Right.
And if it gets better while we're processing your loan, we have a facility where we call it a float down, where we can get you down to the lower rate. So I would say
a float down.
No
A
reason
float down.
whatsoever, unless you just like doing risky stuff.
What's the difference between a hard pull and a soft credit pull?
A soft credit pull doesn't count as an inquiry on your loan, and it's also not going to give us quite as much information. We have the ability to do both. A hard credit pull is your normal full credit report. We'll have to do that ultimately to do the mortgage, but when we're in the preliminary phases, we can do it with a soft credit report. A lot of lenders don't offer that. It costs more money to do it, but I'm happy to do it for folks that are worried about having those inquiries on there.
What has many hearts but no other organs?
All right, so this is the riddle time.
Mike came up with it.
Mike, thanks, Mike, for coming up with that riddle. MJ was stumped, so she reached out with the bat light.
I'm having a dearth of riddles, folks. So if you are rich in riddles, hit me up.
Yeah,
go to Home Loans Radio and shot me a riddle or text me a riddle.
Shot me a riddle.
Well, don't give the
shot me a riddle's a Bon Jovi song.
Yeah,
you can do it through the shout out where it says give Don a
because
shout.
I hear those first. So.
MJ audits those before they go anywhere, so she'll hear the riddle and I won't. But okay, riddle time.
Many hearts, no organs. What is it?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, Fritz, you know.
Yes.
Okay. Don,
I'm
what is
guessing deck of cards.
it? It is.
All right.
It is a deck of cards.
All right.
That's kind of a weak riddle, Mike.
You gave
We're
us
gonna
4
have
minutes to find one, Don.
I'm the Riddler. I mean, I'm
Mike
known
came
for
in
riddles.
as the hero, and then there you are, throwing some shade his way. That's not nice.
I'm
It's gonna
actually
be-
That's a
impressed.
spicy boy in Don today.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. It would have taken me a full 2 months to even think of that. I honestly wouldn't have known.
Wow, that is a pretty easy one, Mike. If you'd been here for some of these riddles, go. I mean, I'm sure you're going to listen to all the podcasts to prepare for your show.
Well,
next
yeah,
week.
I'm gonna need to.
You're going to need 190 hours or whatever. But I know
This
that's
is scary.
I know you're planning on it, and you'll hear all those riddles, and some of them are beasts.
Yes, Fritz is going to be off next week, so Mike's shadowing today. He's going to fill in next week. We look forward to hanging out with you, and Fritz, have fun on your weekend off. That's going to be
Thank you.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a good day for a pool party, is
Yeah,
what
yes,
I'm
it
going to
is.
say.
hell yeah. Well, folks, you've done it. You've successfully whiled away another 90 minutes of your weekend morning listening to us here talk about mortgages and, I don't know, other stuff,
Shenanigans.
barn dominiums, etc. You don't have to. No, that's not us either. That's all I got, folks. Thanks for listening to the show. See you next weekend.
Bye.
And your ears should listen, be known. You can fight in death if you clack your bones. 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 The way you roll, your skeleton can clack your bones.
You've been listening to Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. on Real Radio 104.1 and check us out online at homeloansradio.com.